Welcome to Rocco Medicine. I'm here with Dave Frangioni. Is that correct?
David Frangioni.
Frangioni. Okay. I want to make sure. It sounds Italian.
It's very Italian, 100%.
So I'm looking, and you're the CEO of Modern Drummer. Is this the same Modern Drummer that's on YouTube?
Yes.
That puts out those videos?
Yep, rundowns and podcasts.
Because then you have your other official YouTube, correct?
Yep, we have.
Okay.
I have a David Frangioni YouTube, and then we have Modern Drummer Official.
Okay, because I was want to make sure that they were connected, I guess you say, because I love that channel, that Modern Drummer channel.
Great, thank you.
You recently had Shannon Larkin on there twice,
Yes.
actually, and he's one of my favorite drummers. He's just amazing, and it was nice to see how he does everything and put everything together. Same with like Danny Carey, same with like Mike Portnoy, the list goes on. Charlie Benanti as well, and it's kind of awesome. I love this channel. So, how receptive are the artists when you ask them to do something like this?
Oh, they're into it. We love it. They love it. We're all just so passionate about drumming and the drum community. So it's great collaboration in every case.
So, who films all this? Because some of it looks like it's on the road. So, is it like some of their drum techs, or is it something?
No, we have a team. We have a team, and we go to whatever the venue is. We're Modern Drummers based in South Florida, so there are most of the touring acts have a stop here, and we go to the venue and set it all up, and in a lot of cases record a rundown and a podcast, two different filming, same crew, but two different pieces of content. It's great. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it really is. So on that sense, how do you, if I am correct, you're doing an auction? Is this correct?
Yes, at golden.com, GOLDIN. It's part of the King of Collectibles Netflix TV show, season 2, which we're on. And we're auctioning off some iconic drum kits throughout the year that are from my collection and the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame.
So what are some of these that's in this collection?
We have Eric Singer's One of One Mirror Ball kit that was on the Kiss Motley Crue tour and was seen on a lot of concerts of Kiss. It's an incredible kit. Every mirror tile on the drum was hand applied. We have an Alex Van Halen kit coming up, which will probably be the last Alex Van Halen kit ever to come to auction. We have Keith Moon's Pictures of Lily Premiere 2006 reissue kit, which is absolutely awesome. And we have a Louis Belson kit, and it's really phenomenal. We have a Neil Peart kit coming up. So you'll be wanting to watch the Modern Drummer socials and newsletter, and David Frangioni, as well as Golden, and you'll see what exactly every month we'll be offering something new.
So did you have to get approval from like the Van Halen camp in order to put this up for auction?
No, because I bought the kit directly from Alex.
Oh, you did?
So, yeah.
So is it from your own personal collection, I guess you'd say?
Yep. The drums are from my collection, which were all featured in the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame and are on season 2 of King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch on Netflix.
So where do you put these collectibles? Because it's not like a guitar where you can hang it on the wall, right?
Well, we had a drum museum for almost 10 years. And that's the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame Frangioni Foundation. And that's what's on the show, on the King of Collectibles Netflix show is a peek into the museum. We did a little drum battle, and you can see the kits, and it's awesome. What's more inspiring than drums and drum kits and drumming?
Yeah.
It's such a visual, high energy, incredible instrument.
And all this is based in Florida as well. I take it the whole thing.
Yep. We had the museum for many years. We shrunk it once we sold some of these kits, kind of downsized a little bit because it was a heavy lift, for almost a decade.
So I don't know if you know this question, but who has Tommy Lee's kit from the girls' tour that spins?
I don't know. I have never seen it for sale or in a collection.
That'd be interesting to find out where it'd be, and if you could redo it,
Yeah,
sure.
and that was always important to me, to keep the legacy of these kits and, curate them and keep them alive for generations so people can be inspired, people can play them, display them, just, keep the kits in the condition that I was able to collect them in.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, it's never really brought up or seen. Once the tour's done, they just sort of go away, right? And
Especially over the decades. It's a little more organized nowadays, but all these historically significant kits that we have, it's a miracle that they survived. So
where would they go then? Would they just sell them off?
Oh, they would. Who knows? It was different every tour, every drummer. Drums would just start disappearing. They'd go in the band's storage or warehouse. They would get given to somebody. I mean, it's just all over the map. It's a miracle any of these kits survived.
Yeah, because guitars, you can mount them on, like I say, you can mount them on the wall. You can give them to friends, whatever. Yeah. Drum kits are a little bit more, bulkier and harder to store.
Yeah.
So, it'd be nice to know what happens to these drum kits from the 80s and 90s, even 2000s. Some of these are pretty nice kits. Like Shannon Larkin's new kit that's all blue and lit up. That's a beautiful kit.
It's incredible.
I hope it stays safe.
Yeah, me too. And that was one of our missions for a lot of years, was curating these kits and adding kits to the museum and to the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame and Frangioni Foundation, that that people could see these kits that they had never gotten up close and personal to, or that were never really together, and we put them back together.
What's been the hardest one to find?
Man, there's so many of them. I mean, the Alex Van Halen kits, even though I got them directly from Alex, those were dreams come true. I think the Greg Bissonette Eat 'em and Smile tour, with the cannon blasts through the side. Yeah. I think that was one of the hardest kits to find and put together.
Wow. So are the drummers that you end up getting them from or finding them around, are they grateful that you've able to do that?
Yeah. They seem really into it. We've got nothing but very, very positive collabs and responses from everyone. It's been fantastic. The drum community is a really tight-knit community. Everybody loves drums and drumming, and they love talking about drums, celebrating drums. Modern drummers at the epicenter of that. And so it's all very positive.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I love looking behind the scenes and checking everything out. Like I said, I love your channel. It gives you that perspective that you don't get to see, right? It's the guy behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Who's keeping the beat, time, everything, but who's rarely seen. So, what kind of how'd you get involved with Netflix and the whole TV aspect?
Well, Golden Auctions, it's their television show. It's their show. Excuse me. And they put out the show season 1. It was very successful. And so for season 2, they asked us if we would like to consign the items and be on the show and just amplify the spirit of what we're doing to the world of collecting drums and musical instruments and movie props, which are some of the items we have as well. And that's how we ended up on the show. It's Ken Golden's show, and he's an innovator. He's a visionary. He's the star of the show. It's a great show. It's so much fun. If you like collecting of anything in any kind, it is such a fun show.
Yeah. How many episodes are you?
Season 2 has 8 episodes. We're on one of them, which is episode 7.
Okay.
And I think people will love it, especially if you love music.
Oh, when does it come out? Do you know?
It came out June 12th of
Oh,
this year,
sorry. Yeah.
2024.
Okay. Came out this past week.
June 12th. So it's been out
June
about a month.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. June. We're July.
yeah, and
I'm
it's
still lost.
so it'll be out for it'll be out forever, and people I think will really enjoy seeing it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious now. I don't think I've ever seen it, so I'm kind of probably have to go back and watch them all, and I'll probably, because everybody collects something. I don't know what it is, but somebody always does.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, you'll love the show.
So, how did you get involved as being the CEO of Modern Drummer? Is this something you decided with your brainchild to put together?
No, Modern Drummer since 1977. So I was just a little kid when when Modern Drummer was launched by Ron Spagnardi. He's the visionary and the founder of Modern Drummer, and he passed away in the early 2000s. And his wife Isabel took over, and she contacted me through a mutual friend, an editor at Modern Drummer. Was a friend of mine and reached out and connected Isabel and me, and then I got under the hood of the magazine and understood it not just from the fans' perspective, which was the only perspective I had for all those years, but as a publisher, CEO perspective, and could see that there was some modernizing that had to go on at Modern Drummer because its legacy and its history was founded in the technologies of those days, 70s, 80s, 90s,
Right.
2000s. As we got to 2020, even before the pandemic, just before it, there were all kinds of other community building and initiatives we needed to do to celebrate drumming and to bring Modern Drummer current. And that's what we've done. And it's been incredibly successful. And I'm very passionate about it. And we publish our monthly digital magazine, and then we have our 2 issues. We take January, February, and put it in, the 2 issues in one for printing. And then we take, March, April, May, June, etc. So there's 6 double issues a year plus 12 monthly issues. As it's always been, there's over 550 issues of Modern Drummer. It's truly the encyclopedia of drumming, plus all the active content we have in podcasts and rundowns and festivals. And it's just a great community.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was connected to the magazine or if it was just a YouTube type channel, because it's so hard to tell nowadays.
No, it's all one. It's all Modern Drummer, same community. That's
awesome that you were able to expand when a lot of magazines and stuff aren't able to do that. Yeah. It's kind of same thing I was doing. I was doing a lot of audio, right? A lot of radio. Mm-hmm. And where does that get you nowadays? Not very far. And I think people want to see more interaction face to face. And I think this is where you come in. You got some good talent and you can show it, and people go, oh, okay, I'm going to go see that tour because I saw that drum kit or whatever it is. So,
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
So what else do you have in the fire?
Well, for David Frangioni, I'm running several companies. I do a lot of artist development, work with artists, both bands and singers, to take them from, step 1 to arenas and everything in between. And I work with, other companies, other groups. I've been a music technology consultant. I've worked with hundreds of artists, the records in the back, Aerosmith and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Carl Palmer and I, and, Ozzy Osbourne, Ricky Martin, Ringo Starr, many, many artists. There's a little 3-minute introductory video that I'll share with you that kind of talks about the whole history of how I've been able to kind of stay at the front of music technology for 4 decades. And, that's every day is something very exciting and, very creative.
Awesome. So what's coming up next for Modern Drummer as far as the future?
Well, Modern Drummer just continues to evolve. We're evolving every lane of our, of our media community and the magazine, digital, print. We're at the Music City Drum Show this weekend, and We have all kinds of new initiatives rolling out all the time, new books, content, artists, rundowns, podcasts, products. It's really it's an exciting time to be a drummer and to be part of the modern drummer community, which is the most established and longest standing drum community in the world.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Do you guys do NAMM as well?
Yeah, we go to the NAMM show. We haven't had a booth there in a long time, but we're always there doing meetings and meeting, the community and our modern drummer fans and all of the drummers with whom we collaborate.
That's awesome. Awesome. So I'm 2003. What's the most exciting part of this that gets you up in the morning that you just say, I love working here, or I love being the CEO, or any of that?
It's all the collaboration, the collaboration with our community, the collaboration with the artists, the Modern Drummer Readers Poll, which comes out every year. That's something that we're very passionate about. We have another Readers Poll coming out here in 2024. And it's just incredible to see how much positive energy, how much people love drums and drumming. We do, the community does, all of the drummers with whom we collaborate love what they do. They love drumming. They love sharing about drumming, educating, inspiring, influencing. The audience loves it. And so, that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. Did it surprise you how many people are just digging drumming? I mean, other than what you knew.
It's inspiring to see how massive the world really is, because in the music business, the people that it feels like a small business, even though it's not. But when you see the totality of the audience throughout the world and the countries that Modern Drummer reaches and the passion that we all have for drumming as seen through the Modern Drummer community, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds amazing. I'm going through. Who do you have on your short list of drummers that aren't on your site yet that you'd like to have?
It changes all the time. It's very fluid, and almost every day, probably say literally every day, we're talking to drummers that are up and coming, drummers that just got a major gig. I was with J. Rod Sullivan, who's playing with Janet Jackson, which is, a major gig for him that he just started. He's been an incredible drummer for years and years, but building up. So, to the drumming scene, he's being introduced, but you hear his playing and you can see he's been playing since he was a kid, and he's an incredible drummer. And then, I'll be with Todd Zuckerman from Styx, who's a dear friend for many, many years and an iconic drummer, and extremely established and well-known on many levels, both as a drummer and as an educator. So it's every side of drumming, from drummers that are just coming onto the scene to make their mark, to drummers that want to do that, to drummers that are very, very established and have been at the forefront of their art for decades. Chad Smith and, as I mentioned, Todd Zuckerman and Carl Palmer and, what we call legends. So it's all aspects of drums, drummers, and drumming.
Yeah, and it sounds like it expands genres as well.
Oh, every genre.
Yeah. And I'm not too sure, what one drummer says about another drummer from another genre. I don't really hear too much, so I don't know what you hear, but because you can see some of the old jazz, everybody respects the jazz players from the days, because they're so good, and talented. Do you have a lot of jazz players of old in the museum as well?
Well, we have iconic jazz drummers, big band drummers. Yeah, we have Buddy Rich and Louis Bellson, Joe Morello. So yeah, iconic, legendary drummers from that genre. And, modern drummer crosses every genre. We have country, rock, metal, Christian rock, jazz, big band, pop, you name it, we're covering the genre, one way or another. And you go through the whole, more than 45-year history. It's like the encyclopedia of drumming.
Yeah, for sure. And that like, it's kind of freeing and liberating at the same time that you're not pigeonholed, right? You can
Right.
go
Oh,
and
yeah,
say any
totally.
drummer, who you want to go take a look at.
Yeah. Oh, it's all there. And it's really inspiring to go and if you're a rock drummer, checking out some of the other drummers, or if you're a jazz drummer, checking out some of the rock drummers, like, oh, I've heard a lot about this guy, but I'm not really into that style of music, so I haven't really checked much of it out. Then you go in modern drummer and you kind of see, oh, wow, okay, I'm kind of unpacking his mindset and learning things that apply to every genre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen some like old blues, and whether it's blues or whatever, it's just it's cool, especially like if you go to a New Orleans or if you go to a Seattle, you hit a club and 1 minute they're doing blues, this minute they're doing jazz, then they're doing like something British, and it's just all different and it's all cool, and nobody says a word because you're pretty much, I don't want to say bar hopping, but you kind of are, depending on what genre you like, and it's all really drum based, the way I see it anyway.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I look at when I hop into when I go see a show. It's always the drummer. It's been my favorite since I was a kid.
That's the case with me as well.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Passionate about drums and drumming.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about it, and I don't know what it is, but I love it. I'm not a pro by any means, but and it's been a while since I actually played, but it's nice to get the aggressions out once in a while. Is that so do you play as well?
Oh yeah, I've been a drummer since age 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what have you been in any bands and whatnot, or has you just been
my drumming trajectory took me into music technology, and then through music technology is where all of my collaborations really evolved, and the contributions I've been able to make, the years with artists like Aerosmith and Styx and Journey, and New Kids on the Block and Kiss, and whoever you want to mention that I've collabed. It's all been on the other side of the glass, but drumming is what took me there, and my passion for drumming and music. When I started out as a kid in my mom's basement, I thought, I have a shot at being the world's greatest drummer. I played lots of clubs and lots of local bands in Boston, where I'm from. And that took me to my real calling, which was loving drumming, but being a music technologist and entrepreneur. And right. I don't think it could fit together any other way. So it's really been, I think you're really going to enjoy seeing that overview video that I talked about, because it really touches on many different aspects of what I've been able to contribute to. And it's been a very interesting ride.
Awesome.
With a lot of incredible artists.
Can we link that video to here as well?
Absolutely. I'll send you the link. In fact, I'll put it in our share, the one that you and I are on right now, so you have it. And I think you're really going to love it, and I think the viewers are going to love it, because I think it has a lot I think it's kind of all of our story in so many ways. And that's what's really important, is what can we learn from each other? What can we do to inspire each other? We have more in common than we realize sometimes. And certainly in my life, it's been just an incredible journey. So I'm going to send this.
I think you can link
to
it.
You.
Link it through the chat.
Here you go. So check that out when you get a chance.
Sure.
And, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So what else do you have to promote, since I have you?
Well, check out, Golden, DIN.com for the auction. Check out David Frangioni and Modern Drummer socials and website, which you'll see specifically what we're offering. And I think that's a lot right there for people to consume and to check out. If you have any interest in music and drumming, I think you'll really enjoy checking those out.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much, David, for hanging out with me.
Thank you, Dan.
For the 26 minutes that we have. Like I said, I love your YouTube channel. It really gives me a sense of what it's like to be on tour with some of these bands and some of my favorite drummers as well. So I appreciate it. I thank you. It's awesome. I keep up the good work. I love it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for checking that out. And I hope to see everybody again soon. And great to be here today.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.